My name is Nina Bournival, and I typically work in film, usually as a second assistant director. The second AD is the project organizer. I make the schedule for each subsequent following day. I'm the right-hand man to the first AD, and the first AD is the right-hand man to the director. So we sort of absorb all of the logisticals of what each of the scenes mean, and we just assist directors in putting that all together. The most challenging part of my job is to do it well whilst not pissing everybody off. I started by being in the arts. I was looking for what to do when I went into college, and the college had this really amazing acting program. Fell in love with the look of the stage, and I was just like, that's an option. Like, I can go to school and study acting. And so that's what I did. I did 3 years in college. And then I moved here in 2014, was between jobs, and a friend of mine was like, hey, I think you'd make a great PA. And so showed up to set to change garbages and saw the assistant directors walking around, and I was like, that's for me. When women of the Okanagan film industry asked to do this interview, I kind of felt like, huh? Like me? Like it just didn't feel right. And then I think back and I'm like, yeah, but I do have years of experience, and everything that I've done and touched upon and learned is valuable for another person to hear and know about, to learn, because that's what's happening to me with my mentors. My advice for women in film would be to be resilient and to be tenacious. We're in an industry where being tough is often synonymous with the B word. Which is something I find women in leadership will often come across. The hours are tough, the situation is tough. It's one of the only art forms in the world where there are so many different artists that come to the table to create the final product. What I would be the most proud of in film would be being a founding member of Metric Entertainment. And so that's a small production company that me and my 4 best guy friends have come together and put together to give artists in the Okanagan a place to tell their stories and play. And in that world, I was able to create the first short film that Metric did, and that was The Pull, and that short film means the world to me. The elevator pitch of The Pull is that it is a visual representation of an individual's struggle with addiction. So in our story, our young girl is getting ready to go to a party and is feeling insecure about having been sober for a little bit of time, goes to this party, stumbles across someone doing cocaine, wrestles with her own personal demons in the bathroom about whether or not she should or shouldn't, steps out into the hallway and decides one way or the other whether or not she's going to break sobriety. I always want to tell stories that have a large social commentary on it. And I strongly feel that theater, and by connection sort of film, goes hand in hand with that, of just holding a mirror up to society and constantly holding us accountable for the bad things that we do. So my future goals within the film industry are to head towards directing. I know that that's a job that a lot of people want to do. It kind of tends to be sort of the cool thing to want to do. For my part, having studied theater, having come from that acting background, and then done years of administration and human resources and leadership stuff, to then go into the film industry as a crew member, I think I have a really great insight into how to communicate with the actors and get the best performances from them in a safe environment. And also bringing together the logistics and being able to bring those two together. So I'm really excited to see what I'm going to be able to do in this lifetime. So I think what you guys are doing is really great, and it's hard to get through like how grateful I am to have been chosen and to be in your top 3 first people chosen to do this. Really kind of chokes me up inside, because I think not only in film but in the world, women often get a second seat to a lot of these initiatives and stuff, and for a group of women to take the time to recognize the women in their community and give a place to have that recognition and celebration and growth, I think is just so amazing, and very personally quite in line with my personal goals for life. So anything that I can do for you guys, I'm happy to do it. That's pretty cool.